The population of the United States is 316 million people. About 70% of the population at this moment in time use at least one prescription drug each day. That's $221 million. Now you can understand why the generic pharmaceutical companies wanted to get in on this market. There's a massive market there for their drugs and also an opportunity to make a lot of money. But what's the difference between a generic drug and a brand name drug? Well, absolutely nothing. They all have to meet the same FDA standards, and they have this thing called bioequivalency. It means it has to have the same quality, the same strength, the same performance, the intended use, and the same route of administration. And you may think, well, why do people still have this stigma? Well, the manufacturing companies that make the generic drugs, they are FDA regulated also. They have to meet the same stringent standards that the brand name drugs have to meet also. So again, you ask yourself, well, why do we not use generic drugs? It says, well, people are often influenced by the advertising and the marketing of the brand name drugs. They see it on TV, they see what it can do, and that's what's in their mind's eye when they go and see their doctors. But the idea is, if they use generic drugs, that would save about $8 to $10 billion a year. Now that goes for the doctors, the hospitals, the patients, and then this would also have the knock-on effect with insurance companies, where then insurance would be charged at a lesser rate, and then also hospitals, if they were using generic drugs, would also be able to charge the insurance companies and the people a cheaper rate for actually staying in the hospital. So what's in it for the companies that actually make the brand name drugs? I mean, what is their use? Why would you stay in business if you have a generic company out there that's just going to copy the drug that you make, sell it for a cheaper price, and it does the exact same thing you do? Well, they are protected. They have patent rights, and it's 20 years from the invention of the drug. But the problem arises is that it takes about 8 years to go through the FDA approval process. So you've only got 12 years left to make your money on this drug before the generic companies come in, copy you, and then charge for the same thing at a lot lesser rate without having your brand name on it. So that's why in that 12 years they have to be paid back for their marketing, their development, their processes, their manufacturing. So that's why they're more expensive than the generic drugs. I mean, the generic companies, they come in, they already have the formulas, they copy it, they don't have to market it, it's already been marketed, and they have to meet the same standards, but they have not got any of the restrictions as in 20 years for patent rights for approval process on the drugs, because it's already been proven. So we don't want to hamper any of the development of drugs. So we still need the brand name companies, because they're at the forefront of medicine to be able to develop new drugs and invent cures for these diseases that the generic companies cannot do, as they're just copying. So in conclusion, if more people used generic drugs, then it would save a lot of money. But we don't want to hamper, as we talked about, the development of new cures for diseases that are out there. Hospitals and insurance would cost a lot less, and using generic drugs without affecting the quality and the effects that has on the person, it only makes sense. But I think in both worlds we need them to this day.